Super Earth, our home. Prosperity. Liberty.
Hi there.
Democracy. Our way of life.
Oh, hello.
But freedom doesn't come free.
No! Sweet liberty! No! Look familiar? Scenes like these are happening all over the galaxy right now.
You could be next.
That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life. Prove to yourself that you have the strength and the courage to be free.
Join the Helldivers.
Helldivers 2. This video game has been sweeping the gaming industry for a solid week now at the time of this video's recording. This game has united players all over the two major platforms. This game is getting so much traction that there's already rumors of Xbox and Nintendo getting their own version for crossplay for reinforcements for all I know. I've been playing Helldivers for a solid 2 weeks now, and I swear this game has brought out like the inner drill sergeant in me.
What the fuck you doing, boy? Get on that objective like your life depends on it, because it does! No, you can't have me! Die, you pile of nuts and bolts held together by scrap metal!
Hundreds of thousands of divers united in one front. PlayStation, PC, and again, the rumors of Xbox and Nintendo sending reinforcements to take back Malevolent Creek are on their way. And the devs basically confirming that they're never gonna add PvP because, according to this article, they don't want a toxic community. But, well, you know, knowing how competitive people can get, I think that's gonna be a little bit unavoidable, but, that's a topic for another time, but the gaming community has never been this united. The last time I saw anything like this was back in the Halo 3 LAN party days. Now I know what you're thinking, but Greg, aren't you like 20? How do you know what a Halo 3 LAN party is if you weren't old enough to drive? I'll have you know I'm 21, turning 22 this March. Well, yeah, you got me there. I am on the young side, but a gamer's gotta do his research before making a video, you know. And for the record, I used to play Team Fortress 2 with the boys almost every single day at one of our places, and I think I'm old enough to know what a LAN party is, Jeff. You just absolutely love to see it. Gamers are coming together to defend the galaxy from the alien scum that dares challenge democracy.
Introduce those bugs and robots to a cup of liberty!
But hold on. Let's focus on the latter of that statement real quick. Now, out of the two invaders that I mentioned prior, one stands out most, and is, in my opinion, far more talked about than the former. The Automatons. The Automatons are currently locked in on securing Malevolent Creek as one of the many planets that they've already stripped of liberty. And it is our job to reintroduce this planet to democracy. Now for today's cult meeting, I'm going to be talking about who I think decided to send the Automatons to invade the outer rims of the galaxy, and why I believe they will eventually overtake the bugs in invading Super Earth. Now, playing this game for the first time, I thought of massacring a wave of Terminators with my machine gun was so satisfying. But as the matches went on, I started to think, these things look more humanoid than what the bugs are. And they look hella man-made if you ask me. Now, I'm not sure if there's lore to the Helldivers universe, but I can definitely come up with my own crackhead lore. Now, as I've stated in the earlier parts of this video, that the resemblance to the Automatons and the Terminators are absolutely uncanny. Swear to God, I'm waiting for the day where I get killed by an automaton and it unlocks like a special dialogue where they probably say around the lines, "You have been terminated for the greater good of the galaxy." Except for that last part, that's a little bit out of character for the automaton, but you know what, you get what I'm saying. Red eyes, metal skeleton, the whole shebang. The only thing they need now is a fucking meat suit. Well, the standard foot soldiers at least. The big armored dudes are another conversation. Don't get me started on those friggin' ATA walkers. Dude, I screamed my heart out when I saw those. I was geeking out. Now, we all know the lore behind the Terminators and how they were made. Man introduces AI to the world that eventually becomes sentient, decided that human was a virus, and created machines to exterminate the human race and replace it with nothing but metal. Basically, an entire robot invasion wiping out the entire human race. But then again, there's Terminator Salvation, but that's another movie for another video. The basic Arnold Terminator is basically a walking robot wearing a synthetic skin of a man. They don't act human at all, as the skin is only for them to blend in with people. So when they find who their target is or who their mission objective is, the skin comes off and it's just full John Connor, you have been selected for termination. I'll go into more detail on other Terminator models in the future videos, but let's look at the similarities they have with the Automatons. The Automatons are basically the spitting image of what a Terminator looks like without the artificial skin. Now, why do I bring this up?
Greg, this is actually an intentional creative decision by the devs, because who hasn't had a fantasy of like wiping out Terminators and robots in their dreams?
Dude, just let me explain for a second. Remember, Terminators are technically man-made machines. Without man, Skynet would not be a thing, and without Skynet, no Terminators. So, you see where I'm going with this, right? Now, before you start lighting up your torches and sharpening your pitchforks, yeah, I know you probably heard this theory from your friend back on campus, or maybe your work buddy who's like, oh, they're basically man-made machines, and I think the devs are planning something else. Yeah, well, I'm that friend, and I'm about to back everyone's statement up, whole up, from how I see it. There are two options on who I think the Automatons belong to and who sent them out to invade the Outer Rims. One, it could be an alien race who has observed our race for the longest time and decided, wow, what a bunch of nerds. Let's make machines that look like them, give them firearms similar to the humans, and make them more advanced, 10 times even, and wipe them from the face of the cosmos. Which I feel is what the devs are going for. But then there's a second option. Maybe, I'm just saying maybe, might be out there, but someone, maybe even a country, back on Super Earth has been hiding on the down low, creating these war machines, not for democracy, not for liberty, not for the greater good, no, not for the greater good of Super Earth, none of that, but to take total control over the galaxy. No, don't click off yet. Hear me out. Why are the bots setting up camps and resources mining areas on planets that they invade? Why do they have a very familiar looking flag with a very familiar looking color scheme? Remember, bots cannot exist without a CPU, and those CPUs cannot have a program if no one programmed them. And like the Terminators, I believe it's a case of a specific group of people with a belief that only way the galaxy can be liberated is to wipe out the virus that it claims to have. Starting to come together now, The flags, the outposts, the fan-made logs over on YouTube, which I will cover in future videos once I have time for, after college or like on term break, but we all know who's pulling the strings. Why do you think Super Earth has a liberation meter? The devs are planning something big. There will come a time where Super Earth will be invaded if we don't fight hard enough. And who will be on top of it all? Well, sure, the American viewers that watch my channel will probably say, oh, it's probably the Russians. There's probably another fight for resources. Well, I could see that, we have to collect samples from planets and the resource mining facilities all over the outposts. I get that. Okay, I see where you're coming from. But, judging by the flags all around the automaton camps, I think we all know who it really is. We know he's been hiding on the moon for the longest time, and we can't say his name over here on the Red Brand, so I believe the devs are going to like work around that issue by creating like a character similar to said person and reveal him down the line, but for now let's call him Charlie Chaplin. I could be wrong. Maybe it is just an alien species who wants to invade this part of the galaxy and saw the fault in our flesh. Maybe it's a rogue AI that the Super Earth government wanted to cover up, and it's now back for vengeance on wiping every living thing off the face of the galaxy. You know, I kind of like the former. Let's keep that in like the theories of like what the automatons could actually be. But moving on. But come on, you can't ignore the possibility of this guy, this one guy, and his loyal followers watching on his moon base as the universe goes up in flames and it dissolves into absolute chaos. And finally, he will have the absolute mercy of Super Earth, the entire galaxy, at his mercy. To quote one of my favorite Spider-Man villains out there, the power of the sun in the palm of his hands.
But hey, that's just a theory. Again.
No, I can't make that joke anymore. We're gonna miss you, man.
Greg, why are you talking about this? I thought you were like a superhero channel. I thought you only talked about like superhero related movies and like horror stuff.
Well, technically speaking, this is a Spider-Man video. Yuri Lowenthal did voice the Helldivers here. You had like a wide selection of voices. Of course, I selected fucking Yuri Lowenthal's voice as my default voice because who doesn't want to hear like Spider-Man screaming out, "Grenade!
Freedom never sleeps! Fire in the hole! Feels good!
Now, I could be wrong about what I'm saying. I could be just spewing out absolute nonsense, and the devs probably don't have lore behind these characters. Maybe they just wanted to appeal to our fantasies of mowing down alien races and robots with our machine guns and like blowing their bases up. They're probably just appealing to our thirst for blood, but instead of blood, it's oil. Spill oils, my Helldiver, for Super Earth! Again, I could be wrong, and you can correct me in the comments if they've already wrote lore for Helldivers too. But then again, if they don't, this could be a high possibility. They would not design the automatons to look exactly like the Terminators and have that exact same flag for no reason at all. But then again, there is a concept where you can take a specific art piece of what you want the flags to look like, and they probably just use the flag for like a visual peg or something, but you know, could be wrong. You can always correct me in the comments. So the next time you and the boys decide to queue up and squad up and decide to deploy on Malevolent Creek, don't forget to look around at the automaton bases and tell me I'm wrong, and tell me that this theory does not make sense whatsoever. I will be waiting for you in the comments.
So what are you waiting for? Are you gonna allow this alien race and the Terminators from Wish.com take over the galaxy? Are you gonna pick up a rifle and introduce these sorry excuses for war machines to democracy?
So what are you waiting for? Enlist today and become a Helldiver.
But that's all I got for you in today's video. What are your thoughts on the automatons? Got any insights on the lore and got any theories of your own? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Now, a little off script. I know I've been away for a while, but you know, college has been an absolute pain in the butt. But you know, I'm still gonna be uploading videos every now and there, probably more frequently on like term break. But you know, I'll be back. I always come back. Alright. Anyways, if you enjoyed, then leaving a like would be awesome, and subscribing will keep you up to date on the latest cult meetings. That's all from your boy. I hope everyone enjoyed, and in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.